Hi there, I'm a Road Trip Pete, and welcome to the Road Trip Pete channel, where I go to distilleries as well as do or show my bourbon hauls. And this is my June-July bourbon haul, and perhaps it's probably been the best haul I've ever had. So you guys can be the judge of that. So with no further ado, I'm just gonna start rolling here. Old Grandad 114. This is a banger. If you see this, make sure you do get it. It's unbelievable. Just real quick, I went to Frankfort, Kentucky in July, a little bit after July 4th, and I stopped in at Buffalo Trace, did the hard hat tour, gift shop. I'll show you a couple of bottles that I got there. Main reason I was in Frankfort was to go to Glens Creek Distilling. Had a bunch of bottles there in the vault. They don't ship, so don't even ask. So I'll show you those bottles in a separate segment. So let's showed you the old Grandad. Hit the like button, subscribe by the way. I'm trying to do this quick because I've got a lot of bottles to show you. I've got a Weller 12 box here, and not to disappoint with the Weller 12 theme, or the Weller theme. Here's a Weller 12 that I found. I'm seeing these more and more often, and I used to see them bundled. This one I got is a onesie, so no bundle here. Sticking with Weller Full Proof. On occasion I'll see these. I see the 12s more often than the Full Proofs. And real quick, the Antique 107. Some people say this is the best Weller of them all, just because of the proof point at 107. So pretty fortunate to find those. I've got a cat that's trying to get my attention. It's pretty funny. Let's do some. Well, here, this is kind of a unique bottle. It's a Pinhook Australian single malt whiskey. I normally wouldn't have gotten this. It normally is MSRP of 99 bucks. It was in clearance, $29. I thought it was kind of unique. Australian whiskey, a single malt. Thinking it may taste like a scotch. I don't know, but I'll give this a try when I feel interested in trying something way different than I normally have. Rittenhouse. This is the 200th anniversary commemorative edition, aged 10 years. I almost didn't see this bottle. There was only one left. It kind of walked by the entrance where they had it at a Binny's, and as I'm walking out, I'm like, holy crap. How could I couldn't believe I missed it, because I'm pretty good at finding stuff that's kind of hidden away. So pretty fortunate. Only seen this once, the one time I got the bottle. Haven't seen it since. So for celebrating the 250th anniversary of America, I've got an aged 10 years bottled in bond, and this is a rye. So that's the Rittenhouse for the folks from Heaven Hill. Got a 12-year 1792. Pretty good stuff. Nicely aged, 12-year. So grab one of those. And Penelope went golfing. So they came out with 3 different bottles, version 1, 2, and 3. And this is 3, this is 2, and 1. I don't know how I did that, 1, 2, 3, but pretty cool. They're all different. They are aged 6 years. Got a doggy coming here too. Everyone's interested in what I'm doing here. So they are all different formulas, or different mash bills, but haven't tried either or any of these because I got way too much stuff that I have to get to. So those are the Penelopes, and I got all 3 of them, so that's pretty lucky. I didn't even realize there were 3 of them until going online. There's like 3 different ones. I'm like, holy crap. So I was able to hunt for all 3 and found them pretty consecutively. I haven't seen them since, so, and that was, I think, in June. Kentucky Owl, normally pass on these just because they're pricey, and pretty much because they're pricey. This one was on clearance. I don't know what MSRP on this one was, maybe $149 or whatever. I got it for way less. It was like $59, so I took a flyer. It's a collaboration with a Japanese whiskey blender, and it's the Takumi edition. Kind of a cool bottle, but different owners when Mr. Dixon had them. And I think these are the Stoli, American Stoli owners have it. So it's the Kentucky Owl. This is the 2026 release of Shanks. So that's the current version from the folks from Michter's. It's a Kentucky Sour Mash whiskey coming in at 91.2 proof. So a little low on the proof point, but yeah, usually Michter's are actually, they aren't high proof, so actually not a surprise. Garrison Brothers Bottled in Bond, and this is to celebrate, and maybe it's to celebrate the 250th anniversary. It's kind of like, well, actually it's not, it's just a Bottled in Bond. 100 proof. I'm thinking this is, no, it's Texas whiskey, so it's going to be funky. It's from the still, I believe. I've had Texas bourbon before, Texas whiskey, and yeah, it's real funky, but kind of a unique taste. So that's the Garrison Brothers Bottled in Bond. Put that here. So Thomas, great bourbon friend of mine that he leaves me comments in the channel and kind of stuff that he hunts for. So shout out to you, Thomas. He told me to be on the lookout for a Yellowstone 250th year celebration of America. It's a single barrel Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. So Thomas was able to find this way before I did. Maybe a month before it was in my market. So thank you, Thomas, for letting me know, and shout out to you once again, my good friend. So we'll put that there. Got a New Riff Sour Mash Single Malt, and love the stuff from New Riff. 111.7 proof. So New Riff has some really cool stuff, becoming kind of one of my favorite distillers. Oh, my daughter's favorite. She loves flamingos, and this is a rare character limited release, batch number 1. So because of the flamingo, I got it in rare character. They actually blend some really good stuff. So awesome stuff here. And to stay with, going back to Penelope. Penelope Creme Brulee. I've had this, very good. Barrel strength Penelope. And I have a store pick. This is a straight bourbon whiskey single barrel. It's holy cow, it's 130.4 proof, so it's up there. And it's a store pick. It's a Binny store pick. So really cool. I picked those up. Let's get these out of the way. Rare character, once again, Binny's Beverage Depot. So I grabbed one of these. So I'm gonna have to cut down on these rare characters. I'm starting to accumulate them. It's good stuff though. Another Penelope Riviera. So these have been out and about, and I also the Valencia's out there. So this is the Riviera. So I'll put that one. And one more bottle in this segment. When I was in Bardstown, I stopped in at a Kroger, just right down the road from Buffalo Trace, and picked up a Kentucky Senator bourbon. It's a 9-year, 107 proof. So you don't see these in my market. but they had it over at the Kroger at MSRP. So thanks so much for watching this segment, and I will see you on the other side. So hang tight, guys. Hi, Road Trip Pete here, and I recently went to Frankfort, Kentucky, and one of the reasons I went to Frankfort was to Glens Creek Distilling to pick up bottles that I had in the vault, even from accumulating from last year. I meant to go earlier this year, but had a family emergency and I couldn't go, so I had to attend to that. But a little bit after July 4th, I went and picked up a bunch of bottles that they were nicely saving for me. So I got the VIP treatment when I went there. So I arrived, I let the young lady behind the counter know that I have some bottles in the vault, and she asked my name. I told her my name, and she goes, oh, I know your order. I'll be right back. So she comes back, makes sure all the people that were doing some tastings were attended to or buying souvenirs, and she goes, you're gonna have to give me a little bit of time. I said, yeah, not a problem, it's all good. And comes back, checks, and she goes, a couple more minutes. Perfect, not a problem. And so the bottles are waiting for me, and Vicky, who works there, she comes up to me and goes, Dave would like to talk to you. I'm like, well, Dave's the owner, of course, master distiller. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. So I stuck around. So Dave took me, sat me down, we were chit-chatting bourbon. And what was really cool, like I said, it was the VIP treatment. I couldn't have been treated any better. I was just in shock. And so he poured me a little pour, and he was thinking that this possibly may be the OCD number 5 premium. And he, asked me my opinion, which I thought, wow, I'm a humble guy. I mean, it's just like, I was the bourbon was so good, and yeah, they won't go wrong if they choose that barrel for the OCD number 5 premium. So we sat down, and he kind of was pouring me pours of what I had purchased, and kind of told me the story, or like how they came about, and it was just amazing. So what I'm going to do is I have some notes, or actually when I purchased these, kind of like what's going on with the bottles. So I'd like to share these with you. So this is the OCD number 5 honey finish, and I got 2 of these. And what's funny is when the young lady came back, she goes, you have 11 bottles there waiting for you. I said, yeah, probably. And the people there kind of got a chuckle out of that. So let's see here what my notes say. I believe these are, it's OCD number 5. They're finished in honey barrels, I believe. Hopefully I didn't get that wrong. Otherwise, shame on me. But you got the little honeybee there. And I believe you had to solve a puzzle to get these, or a riddle, I should say. And I was fortunate to do that, so we'll put those off to the side. Let's see. So I have what's called the Transplant, and this is a collaboration between Glens Creek Distilling and 5094 Distilling. So 5094 will be a distillery that is being revived by Tom Jones, who's been helping Glens Creek since 2020. Tom is a creator of the heirloom bourbon products, Patriotic Maricob, Crimson Crow, and the upcoming 44 CAG. And Tom is also setting up his own distillery in the same manner as Glens Creek. So they've distilled some of their original mash bills, so when he launches, he'll have some great products. So this is a transplant. This is from a distillery, I believe, in New York. Yeah, the bourbon was distilled in New York, and they were finished in toasted barrels from the Tennellery, and what Dave wrote, what those crazy French people call a cooperage. These barrels are typically used to age fine wines. So this is 94.8 proof and was aged for 4 years in new charred oak barrels, then 3 years in toasted. So grab that. And all these bottles were distillery only. So just to let you know, yeah, they weren't out in the general public or for retail. So here's an OCD number 5, and I just got that because it was kind of cool. So it's etched. Oops, I got another honey. How many of these honeys did it? Oh, that's why. So here I have a Glens Creek cigar batch. Okay, so they must have something in these barrels must have made them give it that cigar taste, where like a cigar blend. And I forgot what year the barrels. It was just a certain amount of barrels that had that taste, or from what year it was. So if anyone in the comments knows, please feel free. So that's the cigar batch. So for you cigar lovers, you can sip on that. So this is the 44 CAG. So can't do 44 MAG, that would be politically incorrect. So the 44 CAG is corn and grain in a 7-grain, red, white, blue, and yellow corn, rye, wheat, barley, that they released on the Second Amendment Day, April 17th. So I was able to get that. So that's the 44 CAG. And this was released on July 4th, I believe. So this is the Maricob, Patriotic Maricob 250th edition, red, white, and blue only bourbon, or red, white, and blue corn only bourbon. It was released on July 4th, 250th anniversary, and the label kind of says that. So let's put that there. We have some Crimson Crow. So this was released on Halloween. So it shows you how long I've had these bottles waiting there for me. So, so it was made with red corn, released on Halloween. So let's put these off to the side. Here is an experimental series. So it's a 375 bottle. And let's see here. Yeah, so this is heirloom. Oops, cats are going at it. So they're using the 375 ml bottles for their heirloom corn bourbon. So they had a few hundred labels printed, it was hard to hand label a few hundred bottles. The good news is that because we printed the labels on our printer, and they were not on a roll, I could fill out all the details on a flat surface rather than on a bottle. So they released a barrel of heirloom corn bourbon that is a mix of various mash bills. It is the same concept as the R.W. Robinson Infinity whiskey, in that they were distilling the heirloom corn some years ago and had some extra after filling a barrel. So they put the extra from Patriotic Maricob and Crimson Crow in a 7-grain called 44 CAG, which was released in April, into a single barrel. It's been sampled by some good whiskey tasters, and it was highly rated. This release is 47 months and comes in at 108.8. So I was kind of very fortunate to get that as well. And the main bottle that really, I was crazy trying to solve the riddle to get this, or you solve the riddle, you can purchase it. So this is the Glens Creek Flippin' the Bird Especial. So it's their premium. So if anyone knows the story about Flippin' the Bird, what was it, Cuervo Viva? There was a stop and desist order put on Glens Creek because the people at Jose Cuervo thought it was a good idea, and it was their name, or they thought it was their name, and no one else can use Cuervo for whatever reason. I didn't know they can patent a word, but obviously they can. So basically, the guys at Glens Creek basically flip the bird on them, and I think the name is great. So this is the Especial, and really fortunate to get this. And word of warning, when you order bottles at Glens Creek, it's kind of an inside joke, but they do not ship, so you're gonna have to be like me. And I love going down there to Frankfurt, so one of my favorite places. And it's a very special area where Glens Creek is at because it's on the grounds of the Old Crow Distilling Company. So you have the old distillery off to the side, you have rick houses, and it's kind of a magical place, magical area of Frankfurt. A little bit haunting with the Old Crow Distillery in the background, especially if it's kind of raining or kind of a little bit in the dark. So, but just very magical. And like I said, Dave gave me the VIP treatment. Actually, everyone over at Glens Creek gave me the VIP treatment. So thank you so much, Dave, and the crew there. I really appreciate it. And keep on making some great whiskeys, bourbons. You guys are awesome. So thank you so much. So if you like the video, hit the like button. Really appreciate it. Hit subscribe, of course. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. All right, so back from the last segment. So just so you know, the last segment I'm also going to release it as a separate video because I just thought, just focusing on what I found at Glens Creek, I thought was kind of cool. So that's how come it kind of felt like it's the end of the video, but so I'm here doing one more segment, and this is the third segment. So let's just take it from here. Got a bottle, a lot of bourbons. A lot of distillers were celebrating the 250th anniversary of the United States, and the guys at Whiskey Acres did the same. So these folks are out of DeKalb, Illinois, so it's a local distiller. So it's aged at least 4 years, coming in at 96.4, and kind of clever. They only had 1776 bottles of this released, so I have one of them. So that's from Whiskey Acres. So whenever I see the Staggs, Stagg Juniors, call them Stagg now, I always get one. So I've got the 26A, and the following week I got a 26B. So pretty fortunate to get those. So those are the Staggs. I think I get separate liquor stores, not the same place. So on my way to Frankfurt, I always stop in at Old Forester in downtown Louisville, and they always have something interesting, and they did not disappoint. So I got the Old Forester, it's the 117 series, 1910 extra old. So it's a 375 bottle, and limit 2. So I got 2 of them, I'm showing you one of them. Pricey, I think it's like $69 for this little guy, but they say it's pretty good, so why not? This I found up at a Woodman's in Kenosha. So it says born and bred in Bardstown, Kentucky. It's forbidden single barrel bourbon whiskey, coming in at 115 proof. So bold and elegant, and kind of a cool bottle. Bottled by Bardstown Bourbon Company. So I'm guessing it's not their juice, but it's distilled in Bardstown. So kind of a very luxurious looking bottle. And Star Hill Farm. So Star Hill Farm, last year I could not come across this version. I think it was the first year they came out with it, so I've struck out. But this year I was able to actually get the 2026 edition. A lot of people say it's great juice. They loved last year's version, and this comes from the folks from Maker's Mark. So when I was at Buffalo Trace, they had a couple of cool bottles there. They had all the I'm drawing a blank. Well, they had all the Special Reserve, Special Weller's Special Reserve. They had Blanton's, the regular single barrel. I picked up a Weller 12 when I was there because they had a bunch of those, and I also picked up a single oak rye bourbon, and never seen one of these in the wild. So limit one, of course, and I was there for 2 days. I went back and they sure had plenty of them, so I grabbed 2 of them and I grabbed another Weller 12. I mean, they were just stocking the shelves, and I can't believe people actually passed on this. And the Weller 12s, they were like picking up like the E.H. Taylor small batch. I'm like, what are you guys doing? But I mean, here, E.H. Taylor small batch, those are shelfers now in where I live. I mean, it's crazy, and no limit. So to each his own. Maybe in their area where they live, they don't get it, but wow, I'm pretty fortunate. I mean, it's got a lot of competition out here. So what can I show you? What should I do? Found this in the wild, in the wrapper, a Thomas H. Handy Rye. So kind of cool. It's kind of cool. The wrapper is still intact, actually. I've gotten some where the wrapper's all messed up and stuff, and some without the wrapper. So got a Thomas Handy BTAC just sitting in behind the glass shelf, just screaming, "Please buy me!" So I got that. So that's a Thomas Handy BTAC, and I didn't have to go into a lottery to try to win that, or the right to win that. Russell's 13. Whenever I see these, rarely, I always get it. So this is Russell's 13. Also, behind the glass, a Russell's Reserve Rickhouse, or single Rickhouse. So, pricey bottle. I've passed on it last year. Didn't pass on it this year. 13, great juice. And the Russell single Rickhouse. So got that at MSRP. And one bottle that I thought I would never get, and the guys at Liquor Barn hooked me up. And it's the Wild Turkey Austin Nichols Archives Gold Foil. So there it is. So I think I tried to go on the distillery website when they first came out, and I was shot down in flames. So like I was saying, I got shot down in flames when I went on the Wild Turkey website, but like I said, the guys at Liquor Barn hooked me up. So this is the Wild Turkey Austin Nichols Archives Gold Foil, and it's a 16-year. So really fortunate to have this in my collection, and maybe if I win the lotto or Powerball tonight, I may crack it open. So I'll let you know. So thank you so much. I think this was probably one of my best bourbon hauls that I've had, maybe ever, because just the quality of bottles that I was able to get. And again, a magical visit with the folks at Glens Creek, VIP treatment. So make sure you guys go down there and tell them Road Trip Pete sent you. So Road Trip Pete, over and out. Hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment. Tell me what you guys find as well. So thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next Road Trip Pete video. Take care. Over and out.